What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we're going to be taking a look at another lovely Transformers battle card, which is going to be coming in Wave 2 Rise of the Combiners. Now, in this video, we need to give a lovely shout out to Chris VanMeter. I'm sorry for the almost certain mispronunciation of your name, who did have the exclusive reveal of this over on the Facebook group. But he's not actually a content creator. So I sent him a message. I said, Chris, I'd like to make a video about this card, and I'd like to plug something for you, but I don't know what to plug. And he said, got nothing to plug. I'm just a former Pro Magic player who was given this reveal, and I wanted to share it with you guys. What a lovely fellow. So I don't know. Say hey and say nice things about him on his post and all of that. The card is Field Repair, and ladies and gentlemen, it looks kind of nice. Starting off, we have an orange icon, which means if you flip it while attacking, you add one to your attack, which is nice. And then it is an action card that reads, repair 1 damage from one of your characters. If it's an Autobot, plan 1. You may put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. That's right, we're back to that new keyword plan. And plan is good. In terms of healing, however, I'm not initially terribly impressed. So we've got Repair Bay to start off with, and Repair Bay has an orange icon, and Repair Bay lets you repair 1 damage from one of your characters. But then it also lets you repair 1 damage from your other characters as well, which is frankly better. Healing 1 damage from all your characters is better than healing 1 damage from one. Now, to be fair, you're not always going to have damage on all of your characters, but sometimes you will. And there's no point healing 1 when you could heal more. So straight off the bat, Repair Bay is significantly better than this, and it's still got an orange icon. So it's one of these things where I'm just like, well, actually, I'm not loving the healing here. But there's other healing cards which are even better here. So we can look at Medic, which repairs 2 damage from one of your characters, well, that's twice as much, although it doesn't have a pip, which could be an issue. We've got Emergency Maintenance, which lets you repair 1 damage and has an orange icon. But if you've got more stars in your KO area than you do on the battlefield, you repair 2 more damage from the character. So that is just better than this healing straight away. And Team Up Tactics repairs 2 damage from a truck, while also letting you draw 2 cards if you have a car. Or it's an either or, unless you're playing Autobot Nova Star, in which case you have both a car and a truck. Turns out they do exist. And then you're able to use both, and life is good. Draw 2 cards while healing 2. So, in terms of healing, this is not a good card. We have much better options. But if you're playing an Autobot, you can have Plan 1, and Plan 1 is nice. Here's what we do need to mention here, though. This is far more forgiving than a lot of the other Autobot and Decepticon cards we've seen lately. So if we take cards like Confidence and Swindled. Confidence says, draw 2 cards and scrap 2 cards from your hand. If you began the game with only Autobot characters, you may play an action. So you only get the extra effect if you've only got Autobots from the beginning of the game. Well, that's kind of cool, because we don't need that. We just need to be targeting an Autobots with it. Similarly, we've got Nobles Blaster and Scoundrels Blaster, and these are pretty much exactly the same, except you need to swap Autobots and Decepticons around, which can only be put onto Autobots. And although you don't have to have started the game with only Autobots, it can only be put on an Autobot. One of the things I do really like about Field Repair here is even if you're going mostly Autobots, you can use this to heal 1 from a Decepticon. But then again, I've just shown you that the healing here isn't good. So let's take the healing as a handy bonus and focus on the Plan 1, shall we? In terms of Plan 1, this is really good. Now, for anyone that's not aware, Plan is one of the new keywords in Wave 2 of the Transformers TCG, which basically says you can put a card on top of your deck. Which means if you're attacking, then you can put an orange icon down. Or if you are defending, you can put a blue icon down. Or maybe you put a white icon down here. And that would be lovely because it means that you get to flip 2 extra cards whether you're attacking or defending. Or maybe we just use one of these Autobots that needs a really specific combination in order to activate a particular skill. And if we're talking about awkward combinations of Pips and Autobots, I mean, clearly we're looking Metroplex here. Metroplex needs to flip 2 white, 2 blue, and 2 orange icons. But if he does, tap all your enemies and do 1 damage to them. It's a skill worth doing. If you can use it, oh my goodness, it's awesome. So that's quite nice. So you can just put a white icon down here and give yourself a little bit of an advantage. I mean, in theory, you could use Brainstorm here and then play 2 of these at once to get Plan 2, but that does seem just a little bit clunky. Or maybe we have a look at Autobot Mirage. Autobot Mirage has a redonk skill. In fact, it's got 2 redonk skills. In alt mode, or when you flip to alt mode, you may play an action card. But when you attack for the first time each turn, if you flip 3 white icons, untap it. And I mentioned before, you need to have this caveat in there, otherwise you could play a deck entirely of white icons and Autobot Mirage would just literally keep attacking until it won the game. It would, in an extremely literal sense of the word, be broken. So that would not be ideal. But here, you can put a white icon down to make it more likely that you're going to be able to use this as Mirage, which is pretty gosh darn good. Or maybe we have a look at Bumblebee Courageous Scout, to be more specific. In bot mode, when you attack or defend and flip at least 2 white icons, flip 2 more battle cards. And then when you flip into alt mode, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. Alright, so we don't really need this for the alt mode skill, but I did want to point out that the alt mode skill here is very much like Plan 1. However, one thing to mention here, you draw and then put a card on top of your deck. So if you use Plan 1 and then use Bumblebee, you draw the card you just put down, which might be deliberate. You might want to do that, but generally speaking, it's not going to be ideal, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget that we can give as many examples as we like now, but there's only going to be more coming in the future. In fact, speaking of more coming in the future, why don't we have a very quick look at Windblade, the secret rare? We know we're getting secret rare Windblade in Wave 2. We've seen it. We also know we're getting a non-secret rare because that was what the Wave 2 reveal was given to us as. So in terms of Windblade here, when you flip to this mode, reveal the top card of your deck. If the battle icons are at least 2 different colours, you may play it. So do it. Just put something down that's got 2 different colour battle icons, and then Windblade will let you play it straight away. This is really nice. And I think if we start looking at Plan, we start seeing a reason for this card. I like the orange icon. The healing isn't great. I like Plan 1. So let's take Plan 1 as a handy bonus, shall we? I mean, if we look at Torox, one of the Predacons, which was revealed as to be coming in Wave 2, that basically just draws a card in Plan 1 when you flip into bot mode. So there's every likelihood here that we're going to get other cards that have Plan 1, so having Plan 1 on an action card is nice. But I think this is a card you have to take in its entirety. As healing, not loving it. Plus, how many times is healing 1 damage really going to make a difference? I mean, the answer is, if you play enough games, a lot. But in terms of the proportion of games in which it's going to make a difference, maybe not all that many. But if you add the healing and the Plan 1 and the orange icon, I think at that stage we are getting towards a decent card and one that might see play. This does seem like one of the weaker of the battle cards that we've seen revealed so far. But then again, we haven't seen the ridiculous things people are able to pull off with Plan 1. We haven't seen some of the cards coming out in the future that are going to be amazing. Just so long as you can guarantee you draw a particular thing or flip a particular thing at the right time. And Plan 1 with a bit of healing in an attacking deck of an orange icon. Yeah. That could be fun. Huge shout out to Chris VanMeter for showing us this card, leaking it for us last night, and for being a very lovely man when I messaged him. and for being one of those people that is going out of their way to try and promote the game. We need more people like that, ladies and gentlemen. We need more people like that. Alrighty then, so what do we need to do now? You need to tell me what you think about this card. Go nuts, you need to be nice, that's very important. And then like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we do talk Transformers, and we also talk a bunch of other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.